We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello students, today we will discuss about the radiopharmaceuticals. In that we will see about the introduction, radioactive rays, radioactive decay, measurement of radioactivity, sodium iodide, application of sodium radioisotopes, hazards associated with the radiopharmaceuticals, radio of a contrast media, barium sulfate. This is the introduction. Radiopharmaceutical is a branch of science that deals with study of the radioactive substances which are used as medicines. So, radioactive substances are those substances which emit continuous radiation spontaneously by itself to decompose to stable nuclei. The emission of radiation is not influenced by temperature, pressure, concentration, and catalyst. So, radioactivity is a natural and spontaneous process by which the unstable atom of one element emits or radiates excess energy in the form of particles or waves. After emission, the remaining daughter atom can either be a lower energy form of the same element or a completely different element. The emitted particles or waves are called ionizing radiation because they have the ability to remove electrons from the atom of any matter they interact with. Generally, the radiation are in the form of 3 rays. They are categorized into the alpha rays, beta rays, and gamma rays. Alpha rays are the heaviest as they produce when the heaviest element decay. They are not waves but high energy particles which are expelled from unstable nuclei. These are similar to helium atom and contain 2 protons and 2 neutrons having a mass of 4 atomic mass unit. This is a formula. It corresponds to helium nuclei, that is 2,4. These particles are large and heavy in nature. This is another example that how the decay of radium will take place with the emission of alpha particle. Beta ray, they are the much lighter energy particles and they have less ionizing lower power than alpha particles. This is the example for that. The carbon decay into the nitrogen and emission of beta. Beta particles can be divided into positron and negatrons. Negatrons, nothing but the negative charge containing electrons, and positrons, they have the opposite charge corresponding to the positive. And this is the example for that. That how decay of the carbon take place with the emission of positrons. Gamma rays, they are having completely different character. They do not have any charge or mass on them. They are purely light rays, electromagnetic radiations, and gamma rays are like the X-rays, have shorter wavelength than the visible light. And these are the several illustrated properties of alpha, beta, and gamma radiations. Isotopes, atoms of an element which have the same atomic number but different mass numbers. They are often regarded as isotopes. Isotopes are also called as nucleides. Nucleides have the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. For example, hydrogen has 3 isotopes which are illustrated: hydrogen, deuterium, tritium. They are classified into the stable isotopes and radioactive isotopes. The radioactive isotopes are unstable and they are due to that they will produce the alpha rays, beta rays, and gamma rays. So isotopes are categorized into 2 categories: naturally occurring and artificial radionuclei. The naturally occurring examples are uranium, radium, and rubidium. While artificial radionuclide have, for example, the bombardment of alpha rays on the aluminium, they will produce in the phosphorus and emission of one neutron. Stability of isotopes. The naturally occurring nuclides have a particular ratio of proton and neutrons in most of the elements. Any deviation in this ratio alters the atomic number and causes instability in the nucleus. For example, stable ratio of potassium is 1 gm 1.115, and radioactive decay uh, and identification of radioactive elements depend completely on disintegration rate, decay constant, half-life, and type of radiation emitted. This is a formula for half-life. It includes the disintegration constant, and this is the formula for them. For example, initially 64 microcurries of radioactivity occurs in a given sample of a ferric citrate. This is an example on a particular date. So initially, after first half-life of 45 days, the second half-life is the third half-life and fourth half-life, and the radiation is also changed during the several half-lives and ended up into the 4 microcuries. These are the examples for that with the half-lives and applications with the corresponding areas. Units of radioactivity. The units are Curie, Roentgen, radium, and relative biological effectiveness. Generally, the SI unit for that is the rad or 1 GY. It is denoted by the RAD, and 1 gray of radiation is equal to 1 joule of energy in the form of ionizing radiation divided by 1 kilogram of metal. So these are the radiation doses, and there are several applications for that, and these are the examples including that. Mode of decay. This is a graphical representation. On the one axis there is a atomic number, and on the another axis that is a number of neutrons emitted. These are the another examples for alpha, beta, electron capture and positron emission. Characteristic of the isotopes to act a usable radio or diode agent should release high energy photon, half-life of 1 hour to 1 year, should decay without particle emission, should be readily available, should have specific activity, should have compound ability. Examples are the technetium TC99. Because of this property, it is a diagnostic application. Labeling on radioactive preparations. These are the labels and has to be there on the label. For example, date of manufacture, date of expiry, date of calibration, a statement question, radioactive material dosage calculations, correction to be made for radioactive decay, the half-life of the radioactive nuclei. Measurement of radioactivity. Measurement of radioactivity includes the several detectors like gas well detectors. Here is the diagram for that it consists of chamber filled with a gas like argon and helium. They are the inert gases. Ionizing chamber is fitted with 2 electrodes capped at different electric potential, generally 50 to 100 volt for each centimeter of distance between 2 electrodes, and a measuring device to indicate the flow of current. Radiations being about ionization of gas molecules or ions, which cause the emission of electrons, which in turn reveals the changes in electric current. Proportionality counters, they are the similar with the designs like the gas field detectors, and they have the several applications for them. The frequently asked question in EDU examination is Jaeger-Muller counter, and here is the principle and the construction with a diagram. So here the some quenching vapors are used to prevent the false pulse that may be produced due to the positive ions reaching the cathode to absorb photons emitted by exciting molecules, atoms, returning to their ground state. And depending on the purpose, different counters are used. Like these are the several illustrations for that. Working includes the Ginger-Muller counter with a computer portal with the software that interface interact with that GM counter, GM tube. That is a uh, radioactive source is required. Disadvantage in the Ginger-Muller counter cannot distinguish between types of different radiation and their energy. However, The multiplication factor is a big advantage in simple radioactive counting. Then scintillator detector is another type of detector when high energy radiations or photons is incident on certain substances. A flash of light is emitted by the phenomena called the fluorescence or phosphorescence. This is the diagrammatic representation of the scintillation detector. And important properties of good scintillations are those six are there. Semiconductor detector. Generally, it is operated 2 to 3 electron volt, and this is the diagram for that. And solid state detectors are also there. In that, Serocon detector and thermoluminescence detector, dosimeters and tag each detector and auto radiographic, photographic emulsions and all the things. So here is the stepwise illustration that admission radioactive substance to the animal after sufficient time for ionization. Localization tissue is removed and embedded with paraffin, cut into sections and kept with photographic emulsions in darkroom. Radioactive particles emit radiations and darken photographic emulsion. Develop and fix the emulsion. These are the steps involved for the diagnosis equal the therapeutic purpose. Handling and storage of radioactive material, it is important because whenever any kind of hazard happen, then this dangerous effects may produce several side effects in the human body. And to prevent that, we have the six prime steps to inhibit the radiation coming out of the radioactive material. Certain precautions must be taken. These are the precautions. Sodium iodide is a synonym of radioactive iodine, and this is the method of preparation. How from the one element it will convert it to the final element, and during that process, a neutron, beta rays, and gamma rays are emitted. It forms a colorless solution. Iodide 131 have half-life of 8.4 days and emits beta rays and gamma rays. Its solution is having a pH range of 7 to 10 is important. Hyperthyroidism treatment by 131 is the important application of iodine 131. Sodium iodide 131 solution and capsules are also available with oral application. And radioactive identification. This is the method by which the iodine 131 can be identified with the use of spectrometer. This is the assay procedure for that. Packaging and storage requires uh, it can be preserved. It can be preserved in a various type of container to inhibit the uh, radiation coming out of it. And these are the uses for the iodide 131. Five uses are there. Application of radioisotopes generally uses in the four different ways: radioactive tracers for diagnostic purpose, radioactive source in therapy, research, and sterilization. So first one is the diagnosis. There are 9 applications for the diagnosis. This is over here. And radioisotopes in therapy. Generally, they have the several therapeutic uses of the radioisotopes, and which are over here. In the research and sterilization, in the agriculture, industry uses and analytical applications are there. So various therapeutic and diagnostic applications are varied from the different element. Here are some of the elements with the therapeutic applications. Here are the diagnostic applications as well as some kind of other uses in different areas. Hazards should be prevented if induction of cancer is there, genetic defect is there, effect on the embryo is there, and lactation is there. So radio opaque contrast media. This is the illustration for that. And the contrast media can be further divided into the water soluble contrast media, insoluble, have a high solubility, stability, toxic effect, X-ray examinations, and concern organs. And barium sulfate is the most commonly used, and the method of preparation is over here. From the barium chloride and sulfuric acid, it will produce the barium sulfate. These are the properties of the barium sulfate. Identification test for the barium sulfate and test for purities are there. Assay procedures are there. Uses are there. It is used as radioactive contrast media for X-ray examination and diagnosis for GIT tract, the gastrointestinal tract. It is administered as suspension, which is not absorbed. Its suspension remains in the rag For long time constipation is a major side effect of barium sulfate. Sometimes the reactions and inflammation are also observed. It should be properly staying through hose to avoid any clump formation in stomach. It is a dose of 60 to 450 gram per in suspension, and rectal dose is 150 750 gram of suspension. These are the several questions for that. This is the end of the lecture. Thank you.